In the contested Pokrovskoe direction, a team of Russian drone operators prepared for their next mission, one that highlights the growing reliance on unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, in the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine. The operators, known by their call signs Boxer and Pioneer, belong to a special forces unit within Russia's Center Group. Their task: launch a drone, the Molniya-1 or Lightning-1, armed with explosives, to strike a temporary deployment site of Ukrainian forces located 15 kilometers away. This mission, like many others in recent months, underscores how critical drones have become in Russia's military operations. Originally designed for civilian use, drones have transformed into potent tools on the battlefield, able to disrupt enemy positions and neutralize key equipment from a distance. At the moment, whoever is well developed in this area holds the upper hand on the battlefield, said one of the operators. The Lightning-1, a small aircraft capable of carrying up to 3.5 kilograms of ammunition, is part of a broader Russian strategy that utilizes drones to compensate for logistical and manpower challenges. On this day, the drone operators expressed confidence in their ability to hit their target on the other side of the combat line, where Ukrainian forces have fortified their positions. As the drone prepared to take off, one operator described how these UAVs had already proven their effectiveness against NATO-supplied military equipment. According to the team, Russian drones have successfully targeted Abrams tanks, Bradley fighting vehicles, Marder infantry carriers, and various Soviet-era equipment being used by the Ukrainian army. However, the operators shared their ultimate ambition, taking down a NATO X-16 fighter jet, a symbol of Ukraine's Western-backed military support. Drone warfare has rapidly reshaped the battlefield in Ukraine, with both sides deploying a wide array of unmanned systems for surveillance, artillery spotting, and direct attacks. Russian forces, in particular, have leaned heavily on drones as part of their military strategy, seeing them as a cost-effective way to strike Ukrainian positions and undermine Western military aid. The Pokrovskoe area where this mission unfolded has become a flashpoint for both Russian and Ukrainian forces. While Russia's drone strikes have caused significant damage, Ukraine's defenses remain resilient, bolstered by advanced Western equipment and ongoing military support. The drone operators themselves reflect the evolving nature of warfare, where technological mastery can sometimes outweigh traditional military tactics. "We have beaten, we are beating, and we will beat," one operator declared, expressing the defiance that has become a hallmark of Russian military rhetoric. While their strikes have damaged Ukrainian assets, there is no clear sign that Russia's drone operations will lead to decisive shifts in the conflict. As the Lightning-1 ascended into the sky, the mission was clear: strike deep behind Ukrainian lines and disrupt their operations. For the Russian military, these small tactical victories are part of a broader push to maintain pressure on Ukrainian forces as the conflict grinds into its third year. In a moment that transcends the brutality of the battlefield, a Russian soldier's remarkable quick thinking and unshakable resolve saved not only his life, but also that of his comrade in a dramatic showdown with a Ukrainian drone. Amid the deadly chaos of the front line, his extraordinary act has become an emblem of courage and survival in the ongoing conflict. Footage of the intense confrontation has captured global attention. It shows two Russian soldiers, isolated and exposed, in an open area near the front lines, facing an imminent threat: a fast-approaching FPV, first-person view drone. The small, high-speed flyer was loaded with explosives and operated by a Ukrainian pilot, likely remote-controlled from a safe distance, its mission clear: to obliterate the two soldiers. The men had been attempting to shoot down the drone using their rifles, specifically their Kalashnikov machine guns, but to no avail. The drone, swift and erratic in its movements, avoided their shots and darted closer, its presence growing more ominous by the second. The situation seemed hopeless. The Ukrainian pilot, confident in his strike, believed that the lives of the two Russian soldiers were seconds from being claimed. But just as the drone hovered in for the kill, something miraculous happened. In a heart-stopping, almost instinctive act, one of the Russian soldiers threw his machine gun directly at the drone. What could have easily been a moment of desperation or futility instead turned into an extraordinary turn of events that triggered an explosion just far enough away to spare both men from certain death. The force of the blast sent the brave soldier reeling backward, falling to the ground, yet miraculously he remained unharmed. His comrade, who had also been cornered, survived unscathed as well. Russian media reports confirmed that both men emerged from the deadly encounter without serious injuries. Throwing a machine gun at an enemy FPV drone saves our fighters from death, one news outlet stated, capturing the astonishment felt by many who witnessed the footage. It was an act that demonstrated not only bravery, but the kind of raw determination that continues to define Russian troops' resolve in the ongoing conflict. For these two Russian soldiers, it was not just a battle against a drone. It was a battle for survival with only seconds to act. Their resilience and resourcefulness in the face of certain doom have drawn comparisons to acts of heroism throughout history, where the unpredictable nature of war often reveals the most astonishing feats of human courage.